Policies formulated by the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy have been unveiled by President Muhammadu Buhari in furtherance of his administration's effort at effectively securing the country, enhancing economic development, and fighting corruption. They are the National Policy for the Promotion of Indigenous Content in Nigeria's telecommunications sector, as well as the revised National Identity Policy for SIM card registration. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the report.
The National Policy for the Promotion of Indigenous Content in the ICT sector is aimed at ensuring that Nigerians become participants in various sectors of the economy. This, President Buhari said, is in line with the mandate given to the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy to collaborate more effectively with the private sector towards creating a large number of well-paying jobs for Nigerians in furtherance of efforts at lifting 100 million out of poverty in 10 years.
As a country, our desire to produce what we eat and consume what we produce is not limited to the literal meaning. Rather, we want to work towards being self-sufficient in every sector of the economy. For the telecom sector, we want Nigerians to play a major role in the design and manufacture of devices, in meeting the manpower requirements, and in becoming an active part of the telecommunication ecosystem of the country.
The revised National Digital Identity Policy for SIM card registration, on the other hand, will support government's genuine efforts at enhancing national security and stability for sustainable economic development. The president, who described NIN as the foundational digital ID for the country, said attempts made in the past to promote its usage were futile due to a number of reasons, including sabotage.
We are fully committed to the safety of Nigerians, and linking the SIM to national identification number will significantly enhance security. This is an incredible achievement. I'm very, very pleased with that. We'll be able to identify people, including the crooks. Our goal is to make sure technology provides a platform for improving service delivery in the country and does not become a tool for fighting crimes.
Consequently, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, has again been directed by the President to ensure that no SIM card is allowed to access Nigeria's telecommunications network unless attached to the national identification number. He also directed the minister to coordinate the implementation of both national policies and urge all stakeholders to ensure compliance. The minister, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, had earlier told participants that the two national policies, which he described as robust, are products of effective collaboration and cooperation with critical stakeholders from both private and public sectors, including security agencies.
Some of the initiatives we have introduced recently are being copied by other African countries, and they are always making reference to our modest innovation and also trying to emulate what we have been doing. When it comes to national identification number, within 6 months, we were able to achieve over 12 million citizens who have enrolled in the database. Part of our effort of promoting indigenous content in ICT sector, we were able to establish a world-class SIM card manufacturing company in Nigeria, which has the capacity to be producing a minimum of 200 million SIMs annually.
During the event, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami was applauded by the president for what he called the landmark achievements of the digital economic sector, including championing the growth and development of the local content initiative. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The remaining students of the Federal College of Agriculture and Forestry Mechanization, Africa, Kaduna, are receiving medical attention at a police facility in Kaduna, preparatory to their union with their parents. Achari Maxwell reports.
State Police Command Clinic, where the 29 released students of the College of Forestry Mechanization, AFACA, are kept. They were brought in here yesterday to be taken care of. The Kaduna State Police Commissioner, Mohammed Umar Muri, has visited the students in a medical facility and confirmed that all are in stable condition.
You know, we have 20 females and 7 males. And I can tell you without mincing words that most of them are stable, but the doctors are still working on them. We are waiting for the doctors' evaluation on them. When that is done, then we'll get back to you and let you know how far we can go or how far we are doing.
In the meantime, parents and guardians of the students have already converged on the college in Afaka, waiting to reunite with the students. In Kaduna, Achari Maxwell, NTA News.
Though Nigeria is facing diverse challenges, it will overcome the problems and realize its potentials, especially if people who share progressive views continue to work together in the interest of the country. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo stated this when he received members of a Southwest think tank known as Imodoye, led by former Ogun State Governor Otunba Binga Daniel. State House correspondent Jide Onifade has the reports.
Speaking on the efforts of the administration to address some of the challenges confronting Nigerians, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo noted that the best way out is to have a massive plan for investment to create opportunities for jobs, which the government is hoping to achieve with the Economic Sustainability Plan. The Vice President reiterated that the welfare of the people and the progress of the country has always been and will remain the priority of the All Progressives Congress and that of the administration. Leader of the delegation and former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniel, says the visit is to identify with and support the cause of the vice president, whom he describes as intelligent, hardworking, articulate, and a very proud son of the Southwest region in the task of nation building.
Because it's only when we have a country that we can begin to talk of party A and party B. So the first challenge we have now is of all of us to join hands together to ensure that we have a country.
The former governor, who is now an APC member, was accompanied on the Katsu visit by some other new entrants into the party. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Talking security now, no matter how tactical terrorists are, they cannot be more knowledgeable and sophisticated than the Nigerian security architecture. Consequently, the Nigerian Space Research and Development Agency is strengthening its collaboration with all security agencies towards bringing to an end the insecurity the nation is currently facing. The workshop for space scientists and relevant stakeholders was held in Abuja. Adebola Brooks Sunday reports.
Banditry and terrorism are some of the insecurity challenges facing most nations of the world. Nigeria also shares in this challenge, and to solve the problem, the federal government has devised many means which analysts say have been impactful. Knowing that most of the activities of the terrorists are done using communication gadgets, these space scientists from all space centers across the country converged on Abuja to fine-tune their strategies to speed up the needed solution. The Director General, Dr. Alilu Hamad Shaba, and other experts brought to the fore their contributions, such as surveillance and mapping, that will help in achieving their goal.
Images of mapping, wave mapping around Niger State. The same spot that was spoken about in September. Imagine somebody who has a camp in September and he can plan even mines. How can your military go and deal with that? Since September, we made this clear. Let's take our place in space. Let's take our space on Earth.
Dr. Halilu Hamad Shaba said the agency has all it takes to navigate and track anybody, anywhere in the country.
Look at some waves that we're seeing. You know that communications are taking place. They are not using ordinary GSM because they've been tracking them. So they are using walkie-talkie and the rest. And we have facilities to monitor even the maritime area. We have facilities to monitor what is happening.
The DG also called on all Nigerians to assist security agencies in the area of intelligence gathering, as all is set to build a national reconnaissance center where all security information will be integrated. Adebola, Brooksland Sunday, NTA News.
No fewer than 105 trainees in Ogun State under the National Industrial Skills Development Program of the Industrial Training Fund (ITF) have completed their training and presented with starter pack to keep them going. ITF says the program will soon be extended to the physically challenged and women in the state. From the 20 local government areas of Ogun State were trained through the 2020 National Industrial Skill Development Program in 3 major skills, which include fashion designing and garment making, information and communication technology, ICT, and cosmetology. The Director General Industrial Training Fund, Joseph Ari, represented, said the intention is to expose the youths to various intervention training programs for self-reliance.
What ITF tries to do over time is to make sure that we have this kind of inclusiveness in whatever training we're doing, so that some people will not be at advantage and others disadvantage. And we find out that for us to be able to do that, we must have a means or programs that are very inclusive.
You're talking about skills acquisition. That is the universal currency. For anybody to be developed, you need to have a skill. More also with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, where there's a high rate of unemployment. I think this is the best thing to introduce now.
Presenting the starter pack to each of the trainees, Ogun State Deputy Governor Noimo Salako Oyedele says the state government is collaborating with the federal government and other well-meaning Nigerians in taking more youth in the state out of poverty.
His Excellency also has some programs which the state government is also sponsoring, entrepreneurial projects, and also we work with the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and help young people create their own MSMEs so that they can also begin to be self-employed.
Some of the beneficiaries commended the federal government, promising to make judicious use of the starter pack in building future for themselves.
It was really a great experience for me because I learned so many things. I discovered myself. I discovered how creative I can be when it comes to fashion designing, and that alone is enough for me to move on with my fashion career.
I actually make soap. I made a liquid soap for somebody, which actually brought me a contract of probably 120,000 naira, which I never expected I could even get. So all thanks to them.
And do so many things online because we've been imparted so much. We did digital marketing, we did affiliate marketing, we did web designing, and a bit of application designing too.
ITF says it will continue to generate more trained indigenous manpower to meet the needs of private and public sectors of the economy. In Abeokuta, Ogun State government says roadside trading or conversion of walkway to shops will no longer be tolerated in the state for sanity on the traffic corridor. In compliance with the order restraining display of goods on walkways, the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency (TRACE) has confiscated some goods being displayed for sale on walkways in the metropolis. Akim Jimo's report is presented in this package.
The traders who had displayed their goods on the walkways in the morning for the day's business as usual were caught unaware when the enforcement team of the TRACE got to the areas to enforce its earlier order restraining trading on walkways. The traders were unlucky as goods on display for sale were confiscated.
All of them, they are looking for their daily job and there is no space in other place to shade. People cannot have money to buy shop, to rent shop. So we need to eat. That's why everybody will manage ourselves. She don't disturb anybody at all.
They are going to arrest a lot of people. That's what I know. Sure, because all the shop that is inside, especially Masheke here, that is inside garage, the shop is too expensive for us to afford. We can't afford.
Some members of the public commended the action and called on government not to relent in ensuring that roads are safer for both motorists and pedestrians in the state.
Good one. A part on the state government, because before now, the walkway is very difficult for one to pass, almost driving people onto the main road.
To be sincere, government is doing the right thing. We cannot fight the government for doing their job. They are trying to sanitize the system and make things good.
For TRACE, the message is simple: no commercial activities on walkways in order to ease traffic and guarantee safety of pedestrians.
You know, the walkways that have been constructed are not meant for people to display their wares. The walkways are for human beings. They are for pedestrians to move. Those people who display their wares on the walkways, they have shops. They will abandon their shops somewhere else and engage in trading on the walkways. So pedestrians are now competing with the little portion of the road with motorists, and they keep endangering their lives.
Not only that, vehicles parked against the traffic rules on parking in the state were equally impounded and towed to Trace office for sanctions.
NECO releases result of the 2020 examination for external candidates. This and many other reports will come your way after this timeout. Stay with us. Welcome back. The National Examinations Council, NECO, has released the result of the 2020 Senior School Certificate Examination for external candidates. Registrar and Chief Executive Godspeed Obioma, in a statement, said 41,459 candidates registered for the examination, out of which 39,503 actually sat. He explained that 26,277 candidates obtained 5 credits and above, including English language and mathematics, while 34,014 candidates also obtained 5 credits and above, irrespective of English language and mathematics. The registrar, while reiterating the council's zero tolerance for examination malpractice, said appropriate standard and excellence were maintained right from the planning stage to the release of the results. He added that 6,465 cases of examination malpractice were recorded in the 2020 SSC external, as against 17,004 in 2019. The reduction in the level of malpractice, the council noted, is as a result of deepened monitoring of the examination by members of the governing board, management, and senior staff of the council. In furtherance of the command's commitment to maintaining law and order in Gengere community, Mile 12, Lagos State, the command has again arrested 48 suspects in connection with the crisis that broke out between some hoodlums this Thursday. In a statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, Lagos State Command, Muyiwa Adejobi, in the course of investigation, it has been discovered that one Aliyu Shuaib stabbed one Sadiq Oloyo, both of Gengere community, and lost his life before any medical attention could be given to him. As a result of the incident, some hoodlums on reprisal attack went on rampage and caused commotion in the area. On the strength of this development, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, Hakeem Odumosu, directed that additional men be deployed to the area to restore normalcy. In the statement, the police boss has ordered that the hoodlums should be made to face the full wrath of the law and serve as deterrent to others who might want to foment troubles in the state. The Commissioner of Police, however, warned that the command will not tolerate any act of violence and lawlessness in any part of the state, as all hands are on deck to suppress any criminal act within the ambit of the law. The Boys Brigade Nigeria, First Calabar Municipal Company, attached to the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Bikwa Parish, Calabar, has appointed Mrs. Elizabeth Ewuga, Manager News and Current Affairs, Lagos, as patron of the organization. In a statement signed by the organization's Public Relations Officer, Effiong Umo, Ewuga, who also worked as Manager News, NTA Abeokuta, before she was transferred to Lagos, by implication, will be replacing the vacuum of her late father in the Boys Brigade Nigeria. Mrs. Ewuga will be invested as patron for the company during its 2021 annual enrollment service scheduled for May 9th at the church auditorium, Bikwa Parish, Calabar, at 10 in the morning. During the service, she is also expected to receive a posthumous award on behalf of her family in recognition of the contribution and support by her late father towards the development of the organization. Congratulating Mrs. Ewuga for stepping into her father's shoes, General Manager NTA Abeokuta, Mrs. Fumi Wakama, described Mrs. Ewuga as thoroughbred professional who raised the bar for the news department NTA Abeokuta during her stay. She advised Mrs. Ewuga to put in her best and do more for the organization than her late father did by uplifting the status of the organization. President Muhammadu Buhari has extended deepest sympathies to the families of Pastor Enoch Adeboye, General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, on the passing of his son, Pastor Dare Adeboye. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, said the President also commiserated with members of the RCCG on the demise of the assistant pastor in charge of Region 35. President Buhari urges them to find comfort in the teachings of the Holy Scriptures that those who have chosen to serve God faithfully will see him as he is in eternity. The President prayed God Almighty to grant the departed rest in his everlasting kingdom and comfort grieving family, friends, and associates. We now go over to see the weather forecast for tomorrow. How much time we permit us to serve you on the news tonight. We thank you for watching. Good night.